I sense a drunken rant coming on.
There's only two rules, right? There's two rules.
2 rules. That's right.
What are the rules? Win the World Series.
Win the World Series and don't lose to the Dodgers.
And don't lose to the Dodgers. They are simple. They are straightforward. And I get it. I get it. You can't win the World Series every year. Like, I'm a lifelong Giants fan. I know that. But what in the names of Joe Morgan and Brian Johnson did we just see this weekend? This series was miserable after the 5th inning on Friday night. Like, except for a brief moment where Luis Matos, of all people, just comes and, tries to save the day. But oh no! Not one of the other supposed San Francisco Giants hitters is going to let that kid have his moment. No way. No, sir. Beat the Dodgers! That's it! That's all you have to do! And it's not the pitcher's fault, Matthew. It's not the pitcher's fault. It's not the pitcher's fault. Because they were great. They were great, but this offense is so pathetic that they make the rest of the team feel bad.
They make me feel bad.
I'm fine. I don't care. I don't care at all. I don't give a hoot at all. I don't care that they let Shohei Ohtani, a guy who's pitched 10 pitches in the last 2 years, dominate them. That's fine. It doesn't bother me that the guy that they desperately tried to get from free agency, Yamamoto or whatever his name is, make them look like little leaguers. I'm fine. I don't have a problem at all. I'm totally fine. What are you looking at, Bob?
This is what happens when we let Ben drink too much. Welcome to Giant Cocktails, where the losses hurt, but the cocktails help. Here are your hosts, Ben and Matthew Henry.
Welcome to episode 309 of Giant Cocktails. Matthew, did you know that the captain, Brandon Belt, hit 309 in the pandemic-shortened 2020 season? And that Brett Butler, the last Giant to make an out in 1989, hit 309 in 1990 when he led the league in plate appearances, hits, and singles. Hits, singles. No, I don't mean Billboard Hot 100 hits. I mean he hit the ball landed, nobody caught it, that kind of hit. And the singles were the one where he only goes one base. It's not like he released a 45.
Okay, thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Bob, what was in that thing you just gave me? I think there might have been a little too much. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, did you know that, Matthew, about Brandon Belt and Brett Butler?
I know that they were both very good hitters, and I am firmly on the Brandon Belt side of the Belt Wars, so it does not surprise me at all that he hit 309.
Do you know what I remember about Brett Butler besides the fact that he made the last out of the World Series?
What's that? Absolutely nothing.
No. He was a Dodger!
Oh, yeah. There was that. At least Brandon Belt had the decency not to play for another team.
Enough with the banter. Let's talk cocktails.
Yes, you're right, Bob. You're right.
What are you drinking, Ben?
Bob, today I am drinking a cocktail that is, I believe, a classic, but it's one of those ones that's you're like, why is this a classic? And it's just because they didn't know better, I think. I don't know. Anyway, it's called the Spencer cocktail, or Spencer. And you can find out what is in a Spencer at the end of the episode. What are you drinking, Matthew?
You'll never guess one of the ingredients in my cocktail today, Bob.
Bob can't say watermelon, Matthew.
I know. That's why I'm asking. He'll never guess. But it is watermelon. I am drinking a watermelon old fashioned. And yes, I'm done. I'm done after today. But today, Bob, I am drinking a watermelon old fashioned. And I'm not apologizing for it because it's damn tasty. Tell you all about it at the end of the episode.
Folks, you could just eat some of the watermelon. You know, like eat half of it and then make the other half into the watermelon syrup. That's what you could do.
Surprisingly, I only used like a quarter of the watermelon. We were still chomping on the other parts long after that.
Okay, well, so you don't have to do.
A lot of water in a watermelon.
That's why they call it a watermelon. Anyway, today is Sunday, July 13th, as we record this podcast. Somebody, San Francisco Giants, they're not mine, and I'm not going to give them to you, the listener. I'm not going to do that to you either. So somebody, San Francisco Giants went 1-2 this weekend against the Los Angeles Dodgers. And just lost 2 games they could have won because they were just pathetically lame. To bring their record to 52, I'm fine. I'm fine about this, Matthew. I'm fine.
You don't sound fine, but okay. Anyway, keep going.
I'm fine. The Giants bring their record to 52-45, which puts them at 3rd place in the National League West, behind those stupid Dodgers and the stupid San Diego Padres because they moved half a game ahead of the Giants. And in the wild card standings, the Giants are, not in a playoff spot because the Padres passed them. They're half a game out behind those same stupid Padres. 2.5 behind the 2nd place Mets and 4.5 games behind the 1st place wild card Milwaukee Brewers. So, now that we've reached the official first section of the season, Matthew, it's not the worst place to be. It just feels the worst. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about the Dodgers series. Because
what if we did something like totally just not talk about the Dodgers series and just, I don't know, talk about life. Talk about frankly, I'd like to talk about politics more than I would like to talk about the Dodgers.
You'd like to talk about politics? Yeah. I'd like to talk about 2025 politics more than talking about the Giants losing to the Dodgers too, Matthew.
That's probably not why people are listening to us, are they?
No. I do like the advice. I like talking about life. Maybe we could take some advice calls. The problem is that we record this ahead of time and nobody knows. And I don't want anybody calling my phone, and I don't really. So. Yeah, but we could just sit around waiting to see if somebody sends us an advice question for 30 minutes.
The odds of somebody sending us an unsolicited advice question, probably pretty small.
Right. Here's my advice, folks. He's too good for you, but you probably can't do any better.
Jeez.
No, that's not what I meant.
Don't listen to him, folks.
No. What I meant was,
you deserve better. You deserve better.
That's what I meant. Yes. But you probably can't do any better than that. I did mean that part. So there's my advice. Okay, maybe we can't do the advice thing, Matthew.
Yeah, let's skip that.
Okay. Well, so I guess we're going to have to talk about the stupid Dodgers series.
All right. We'll talk about the Dodgers.
All right. Okay. And, because we're going to talk about something else because we're just going to have to stop. I can only yell so much. We're going to talk about the draft. The Giants drafted some people today, Matthew. Not very many because, they lost their picks because of the free agent signings. Folks, if you don't like the Giants not drafting people, but you also don't like it when the Giants don't sign people in the offseason, you need to understand that one impacts the other.
Well, particularly when they have a qualifying offer. Yeah.
Correct. Which all the good guys always do.
Always.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to talk about the draft and the 2 players that the Giants drafted and what's interesting about what positions they drafted and how they were ranked ahead of time. And then I'm going to immediately ask the question, can they be called up immediately? Because they're probably going to be the fourth and fifth best hitters in our lineup when they do come. I mean, that might be true, Matthew. That might be true. It might be. It might be. They might not know how to, to cover certain spots on the field and all that sort of stuff. But, whatever. They'll work through that. Yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about. But first, Matthew.
Yeah, first, I got a little bone to pick myself.
Okay.
Giants-Dodgers is a big deal. It's a series that I do look forward to watching. And I'm sure many Giants fans also feel the same. And probably Dodgers fans, for that matter. So what was this BS about trying to find the game on Sunday, and the only way you could have it is if you had a Roku? And the last time I had a Roku, I'm pretty sure was like 2005. Okay. And so I don't know why do I have to buy all the little things? I already have a Prime, an Amazon Fire Stick. I have the Apple TV thing. I've got rabbit ears, that I stick on top of the roof when I really want to get some over the air stuff in case of an emergency. I got all that. I don't have a Roku. And I don't like it. So I had to listen to it on the radio today, and they're great. John Miller, and I think it was Rizzo or whatever with them, but it was fine. But it's not. I want to watch the game. That's my rant. Sorry.
Because money. Also, I mean, you say like Roku, like you haven't had a Roku since 2005. Like nobody would have a Roku, like because they're old. I mean, lots of people have Rokus, Matthew.
I think more people have Apple TV than a Roku.
Yeah, but they don't. But here's the thing: you don't need an Apple TV to watch Apple TV. I think you do need a Roku to watch this. I mean, I don't think there was any way that you could pay for this.
No, I looked.
So yeah, it's not cool. It's not cool. I don't like it either. I also don't like these stupid broadcasts, even if I can watch them, because I'm always getting some, second-rate play-by-play announcer. And I can say that today because we got the second-rate Dodgers play-by-play announcer today. Although it was fun listening to him call the Luis Matos home run. Because he had to call it. He had to call it
professionally. Yeah, and he had to do it like he wasn't a homer. Yeah,
I'll give the guy credit. He sold the Dodgers out real good. You would have thought the guy was a Giants fan the way he called that. It probably felt good for him. It was probably cathartic for him, honestly. He probably feels dirty every time he says something positive about the Dodgers. No, it probably is the other way. But anyway, he had Hunter Pence with him, so that was something. But Hunter sounded a little different. He sounded a little different. He sounded not like Giants Hunter. He was
trying to be like neutral professional Hunter.
Yeah, he was neutral Hunter. I don't know. Didn't like it. I didn't like it. All right, Matthew. Well, you also have a question here. And, we're kind of going over time, but we're just bleeding into the Dodgers series section of the show. So just take your time, buddy.
Well, I was just wondering, would you rather win a well-pitched, low-scoring game or a high-scoring tight game? And that has nothing to do with this weekend because we didn't win a low-scoring game, but we have won several of them. And then Friday night, we jump out to the lead, and then it's this nail biter to the end. But it was a lot of scoring, and I'm just kind of curious, what would you prefer when you're sitting down to watch a game?
I think, I would rather win a high-scoring, not tight game. That's the kind of game I like the best, when the Giants blow the other team out. That's what I want. How come that's not on this list?
Because that hasn't happened in like a couple of decades.
Well, then why is it on the list, Matthew? It's like, why do I have to can't you just ask the fantasy question and I could pretend? Why did you put that option on the list?
I thought you were done ranting.
Dude, I've been angry since Friday night.
All right, maybe we should talk about Friday night. Let's just do that.
All right, yeah, let's talk about the stupid Dodgers series. All right, yeah, Friday. There I was, Matthew, living high. Just oh yeah, man, we got the Dodgers right at the right time. They can't pitch to save their lives. They're in the middle of what's going to obviously be a 7-game losing streak. I have complete faith. Adames was doing his thing. Jung-Hoo Lee was doing his thing.
Logan Webb was doing his thing.
Logan Webb was cruising. I love Webby. Oh, man. It was like, yeah, we're partying. It was like, do, yeah, yeah, yeah. On the way to the sweep that Ben predicted. You know, just like, yeah.
And then the fifth inning, the fifth inning rolls around and they just start to like pull away. And there's triples and singles and homers and it's all happening. It was great. It was great.
Yeah. Do. And then
the sixth inning comes around.
Dude.
Logan struggles a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But
then the bullpen bails him out and then then just every inning it seemed like.
Yeah, Randy did give up a run though. He did give up a run. Like his own run. It wasn't just the inherited run.
Yeah, well,
That reminds me, Matthew, do you remember earlier in the season when you were bagging on Randy for letting all those inherited runners score?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring that up because now that everybody says and there's people writing articles about him all over the country and like, who is this guy? Who is this middle reliever from the Giants? And how does he have a 700, ERA plus? I just want to remind everybody that Matthew was bagging on him.
They were putting him in a lot of situations where he was coming in with like bases loaded, no outs. So
yeah, because he's really good. That's why. Anyway, sorry. I just wanted to talk about something that wasn't the Dodgers series for a brief second. Can I do that? Can I do that? Is that all right, Matthew?
No, let's stop talking about Randy Rodriguez and get back to the Dodgers series. Because what I said about him like several months ago doesn't really matter.
Really matter. Okay, should we at least talk about what good things happened in that game? Because there were and it's kind of a once in a blue moon, dude. Where first of all, the Giants did fall behind early, and so I'm kind of glossed over that. But Willie led off the scoring with a home run, another Willie Adames homer, right?
Yeah.
And then yeah, the guy from the Dodgers hit a home run. I was like, whatever, who cares? And then Jung-Hoo Lee, triple, boom. 2-run score, Dom Smith homers, Matt, and then next thing you know, Willie Adames triples, and boom, Jung-Hoo Lee hits, and it's like, we're 8-2. And that's one where that was the high point of my life right there, Matthew. That was the high point of my life. That was as good as it's going to be ever.
Yeah, well, because after that, it went all downhill.
That's right.
And the Giants scored 5 runs in that fifth inning, and then they would go on to score 3 runs over the next 23 innings.
There's my boys.
Well, the real San Francisco Giants, please stand up. And they're like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, wait, oops. They went over to Jung-Hoo, and they were like, I thought we weren't supposed to hit. How come I thought you're supposed to hit it straight in the air. What was that? It went straight the wrong way.
They're like, oh yeah, let me correct myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it hurt that it was Logan Webb that they got to. It's so frustrating when that starts to happen, especially in the 6th inning, because you're like, oh God. It's like I'm gonna have to have somebody in here who isn't perfect, And I'm not saying Camilo's perfect, but we act like he is, right? So we got Tyler, we got Camilo, we got Randy Rodriguez. When those 3 guys are the only 3 guys we need, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
But when the wheels start to fall off on Logan in the 6th inning, I'm like, somebody else is gonna have to come out. And, but they pulled it out because the bullpen did do its thing. Randy cleaned up the mess, a little. And then Tyler came in and was Tyler, right? Well, he did give up a hit, but whatever. And then Camilo came in and was perfect.
No, almost perfect.
Well, imperfect, I mean normal Camilo.
Okay, yes. Camilo was Camilo, which is good enough.
That's right,
yes.
that's right. A hit, a walk, no runs, right? Because that's how he rolled. And so, he went to the Brian Wilson School of Closing. Whatever, fine.
That's right.
And, and so it was like, okay, the boys can come back out tomorrow, regroup, and everything will be fine. And this
Will it be fine though? Will it be?
No, it won't be fine, Matthew. Spoiler alert: they didn't win. But I'm gonna make some space for you because while my guy was getting skipped in the rotation, your guy was doing what? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, no, he pitched great. You know, a little out. He got into trouble a couple times, pitched out of it. He did give up 7 hits and a walk over 6 innings, but also struck out 8.
Scattered 7 hits, Matthew.
That's right. It's called scattered when you don't allow a more than 1 run. And so he had on 2 runs, one of them earned. And he did great. Unfortunately, the 2 runs were more than enough for the Dodgers. And I think the part that really upset me the most, though, was that frickin' Michael Conforto scored both those runs. Your favorite guy, your favorite Giant from the last couple of years.
I'm fine.
You're fine. You're fine.
I'm fine. Fine. I'm fine. How are you?
3 hits, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
3 hits. That's all we got in that entire game on Saturday.
Yeah. Well, they used them all, Matthew. They used them all up. They used them all up on Friday night. That's what I'm telling you.
They had more walks than hits. I don't know. I don't know what to think.
The problem is, Matthew, there's nothing to think. Like, this is who they are. Like, this is like, there's just nothing to say anymore. And it's like, what I want to say is, man, they need to go out and do something to fix this roster. But it's like I said when we were talking to Pavlovich a couple weeks ago, I don't want them to give up more stuff for just, what are we going to do? We're going to go get one of the top 6 best players so he can come over here and suck? Like, is that what we're going to do? We're going to give up some of our prospects so we can get another guy who's supposed to be good and just watch him, like, not hit? I don't want that. I don't know what we're going to do. We need these guys to play better. And I would like to believe that they know that.
I think they do know that. And, Ohtani, man, he hasn't thrown a pitch. He's thrown more than 20 pitches in freaking a year. And then he comes out and how many pitches did he throw? He threw 36 pitches, 25 of them for strikes, and makes the Giants look like a little league team. And then this guy, Emmett Sheehan, comes in and has only thrown 13 innings this year. Now he only thrown like 9 innings before this start or this game. And makes us again look like a little league team. It's just, it doesn't even matter. Like, I try to find the reason they did this is because it was Ohtani or it was Yamamoto. But then you got these guys you never heard of who they also just can't hit. So it's I'm starting to think, Ben, that the Giants just can't hit.
Is that what you're starting to think?
I am. I'm starting to think that.
Matthew, we did a mid-year review not too long ago, and I don't know if you know this, but one of us went on and presented a lot of data about how the Giants can't hit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't me.
I know. But see, even the data, I look at the data and I think, well, that's the data now. I mean, clearly they're going to start hitting at some point.
Right. They're going to get better.
Yes. I mean, I feel pretty good about some names in our lineup. I mean, you Rafael Devers and Matt Chapman and Willie Adames, and these are guys that most teams would really like to have on their team.
Yeah.
It's not like we got scrubs.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Alex said when he was on the show a couple of weeks. And you know what? I think I want Alex back on the show. I've got a few bones to pick. Let's get it. Can we get him back on the show? Because I want to rediscuss. I want to reopen that point.
I think we need to wait a little bit.
He said he would come back
on. He did, but I don't think I want him back when you're like this.
Okay, that's probably a good idea.
Okay. What I do want to talk about, though, is Game 3. And to further prove my point, the Giants can't hit.
Oh, because we need to do that more. Yes, okay, go ahead.
Well, the top 4 hitters in our lineup, Ben, were 1 for 19 with a walk and 8 strikeouts. When you've got Ramos, Devers, Adames, and Chapman going 1 for 19 with 8 Ks, the guys that are supposed to be providing all of your offense, it's
you're not going to win.
No, you're not going to win. You don't, no matter, you're not going to score runs. That's for sure. You got to hope that maybe you win 1-0. I mean, it's gotten so bad that in the ninth inning, John Miller's talking on the radio about how the Giants have lost 10 games when allowing 2 runs or less. And they'd won 24 games when scoring 2 runs or less.
They played less than 90 games. That's crazy.
So yeah, it's just and then just fundamentals, like the Giants, they get lucky with the Matos home run. You get excited. They got and then they come out and the Dodgers fail to score their Manfred runner.
Yeah,
so
Joey Lucchesi of all guys gets the job done.
You got a shot, so you got a guy on second, nobody out, Bailey at the bat. All he's got to do is get a bunt down. That's all he's got to do. And he can't do it. And it's just, so now all of a sudden you got 1 out with the guy on second. They walk Devers. I'm sorry, they walk Ramos to get to Devers of all people. And it's well, because Ramos, it was a lefty on the mound and Ramos does much better against lefties. So they walk him to set up the force. And then Devers hits a freaking rocket to center field. Yeah. And if Schmidt had been on third base because of the bunt, game's over. Yeah. And it just frustrates me that we can't even do the little things that like poor hitting teams do.
Yeah, you can't play the small ball. You can't manufacture a run to win the game in a place where a surefire manufacturing of the run will win the game for you, like guaranteed. Yeah, it's inexcusable. It's inexcusable. And I'm not just saying that because they lost to the Dodgers, although that does add a lot to it, and that is more inexcusable. But yeah, this team needs to play better baseball, right? And I don't mean that. What I mean is these 9 guys that play every day, they need to play better baseball. They need to be better hitters. They need to be smarter on the base paths. They need to do the little things because they can't do the big things. But they also need to start figuring out why they can't do the big things. Like, they just need to be better. From the top to the bottom. And it's not just one guy, it's all of them. All of them need to play better. And unfortunately, I do think that's the answer. Like, maybe we can fix some of these things next year, but like for this year?
No, of course it's the answer. They got to play better. That's it. There's no magic wand. There's no, no matter who you trade for, what are you going to trade for? I mean, that's a difference maker. We already did that.
Yeah, we did that, and all we did was ruin him. Right?
Poor Rafi. On his way to the Hall of Fame until he became a Giant.
That's right.
All right. Well, speaking of other Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers.
All right.
The Giants drafted a couple players today.
Oh, yeah?
They did.
Hit me.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Let me find it here. The Giants drafted 2 collegiate players, position players today, which, okay, Buster Posey was a collegiate position player himself.
And a very good one.
Yep. So they drafted a guy named Gavin Killen.
Oh, sweet. Gavin Killenham.
Killen or Kylan? I don't know. It's one L. So maybe it's Kylan. Gavin Kylan. Mm-hmm. With the 13th overall pick. He's a second baseman. Well, I guess they announced him as a shortstop, but apparently his arm is average at best. So all the pundits and the experts are projecting him as a second baseman. But he's a guy who can hit. He hit 357 this year with Tennessee, University of Tennessee. 441 on base, 671 slugging with a 1.112 OPS and 15 home runs. He was first team All-American from Perfect Game and Baseball America. So I'm excited that they're let's just go get pure hitters. I think that's a good way to go. We need hitters. Let's go draft them.
I think also hitters that are college players. Yeah. I
Right.
mean, that's clearly the Giants' biggest need. That is clearly where they have not developed anything of significant note, right? I mean, Elliot Ramos notwithstanding, and that guy, I mean, he was drafted so long ago that I don't know that you can count that as being recent. Like he's burst onto the scene last year, but it was still, he was drafted a long time ago. And so, yeah, I mean, that's what was really interesting to me. The Giants had 2 picks today. Both of them were collegiate position players. Not going for the highest value on or the best talent. They are clearly going for the guys that are going to fill needs soon. And I think that's I mean, I like it because it shows a strategy and it shows a way of thinking and it shows an awareness of this is what we need right now.
Well, especially because they've got all these young pitching that is lined up to make an impact for the next 5 to 7 years, maybe. We got guys that will make an impact on our pitching staff. We still got Logan Webb in his prime. You've got Birdsong and Roop and Wisenhunt and all these guys now that are going to make an impact. And so now the strategy is let's bring up guys that will be ready within that window to play at the major league level. So college players it is, no more 17-year-olds and from Venezuela or whatever. They're going with guys that are proven hitters in the minor leagues, and I'm excited about that. I think that's a good strategy.
I think
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just going to say I think they'll probably go more for value and long-term, long shots in the later rounds. But the fact that they spent their top 2 rounds here on position players out of the collegiate level is a very big statement.
Yeah. Well, and they didn't have a second and third round pick because of the Willy Adames signing, or second and fifth round pick, I should say. But they had to wait to the third round to make their next pick, and they chose Trevor Cohen, who's an Rutgers outfielder with the 85th overall pick. He was not ranked in MLB Pipeline's top 250 prospects, which is interesting.
That's very interesting.
The guy is, from what it looks like, he's a speed outfielder. He hit 387 with 24 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs, and 19 steals over 57 games for Rutgers this year. He's a left-handed hitter that has a good control of the strike zone. He walked more than he struck out this last year, so twice as many more walks as strikeouts. So sounds like they want guys that can hit and can contribute immediately, and defense also. This guy could be a good 5th outfielder within the next year or two. If he projects those kind of numbers in going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Do you know what he was rated at in his tools? On the
MLB.com did not have his tool thing.
Right, because he was ranked so low. That's what's interesting to me about this particular pick, is that they picked him in the 3rd round. He wasn't ranked in the top 250 of prospects. So just if you divide 250 by 30, you get 8.3. So 250 prospects is going to cover the first 8 rounds and a third. And I don't even know how many rounds they do anymore.
I don't either.
So
20 rounds.
20 rounds. Okay. So, I mean, that's, if you pick all of those guys, that's the top first half of the draft. Now the Giants are going after a guy that's not in that class, not in the top 250, and picking him in the 3rd round. That's really interesting to me. What is the thinking there, right? Because, I mean, I think baseball is a sport where the rankings of prospects diverges the most from the actual draft. Just because it's so hard to project amateur baseball players to professional careers.
Yeah.
But it's still interesting that he was so far out, right? He was picked in the mid 80s when he wasn't even ranked to go in the top 250. Interesting. Why? What did the Giants see? What did the Giants believe that he wasn't going to be available? Well, we know that they don't have a 5th round pick, so maybe they were like, if we want this guy, we're afraid he might be gone by then because we think other teams are valuing him too.
Yeah.
Or, so I don't know. It's interesting. It's just an interesting pick because it kind of brings up all of these questions around what is the strategy. This draft is really interesting because it is Buster Posey's first draft.
Right. Yeah.
So this is kind of a big deal, right? Like, I know we just had the Dodgers series, and I know this is very upsetting, and we've got this team that feels like it could be a contender, but it's kind of sputtering along. But this draft is very important for Giants fans because it is going to tell us how Buster Posey and his regime thinks about player development and how to make this team better. And I think these first two picks are very, very interesting in what they say and what they don't say. And in the fact that I think this pick of, what was his name? Cohen?
Trevor Cohen.
It's confusing to me. It confuses me.
Yeah, well, I think it's confusing because we don't know any of their thoughts behind it. But yeah, it's interesting that he wasn't ranked and it was the 85th overall pick. And maybe they saw something that they really liked and they didn't want to risk losing him. So
I mean, that's clearly what it must be.
Yeah.
That is what it is. But yeah, anyway, it's interesting. I think it will be very interesting to see how the rest of the draft progresses. I don't think we're going to be able to read as much into each individual pick, but I think it will be very telling as to what the whole picture looks like when the draft is concluded. My next question for you, Matthew, is, can we just call them up now? Can we just can he just go from Rutgers to San Francisco? Is that
it's a good question. I think so. They add him to the 40 man, then the 20. I don't see why not. As soon as you're in the organization,
right?
I guess he's got to sign a contract first. So
that's true. That's true. So they don't want, because he might be saying that. He might be saying, like, I'm good enough to be on your major league roster, and I'm not sure that he'd be wrong.
Agreed.
All right. Well, Matthew, our next opponent is the American League.
Suck it, American League.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No. However you want to show your affection for others makes no difference to me. And who that other may be, as so long as everybody is
consensual. Yeah.
A consenting adult, then you do whatever you want to do. But yeah, suck it, American League. Agreed. Matthew, do you want to make any bold predictions about what's going to happen in that game?
Yes, I am making two bold predictions. Logan Webb's going to start the All-Star game.
Oh, wow.
And Randy Rodriguez is getting the win.
Those are two very bold. You think Webb over Skeens?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then I am going to say American League wins. Randy Rodriguez does not pitch. Logan Webb takes the loss. That's what I do, folks. That's my role. That is my role on the show. That's what I do. Okay, that's what I do. Okay, don't come at me. That's why you listen to the show.
I'm coming at you.
I'm not talking to you, Matthew.
I'm on behalf of all the Giants fans out there. Suck it, Ben.
Look! I saw Atlee Hammaker pitch in the All-Star game.
Yes,
like, you can't tell me that didn't happen. You can't tell me that didn't happen.
Still haven't left, have they?
Yeah. No, they haven't. It's like you can't say that didn't happen. It happened. All right. Casual question for you, Matthew. What do you think about this Mizrowski guy making the team? Have you heard anything about him?
Oh, where he only had like 5 starts?
Yeah, the 5 starts guy.
If he could make it, why not Tyler Rogers?
I agree. Apparently the people most offended by this were the Phillies, because I guess they felt like their guy was the next best guy on the thing. And I'm thinking, if it upsets the Phillies and the Philly fan base, then I'm all for it. So I'm let this 5-start guy I'm on board. But I do think, why not Tyler Rogers? That's my thinking. I don't think they're doing this kid any favors by putting him on the team with 5 starts.
No favors whatsoever. Now he's going to have like a big old spotlight on him.
Yeah,
for all the wrong reasons.
I hope for his sake he doesn't appear in the game. Like that's where I think they ended up with this one. I think this was a stupid move, just moronic, a moronic move by people who just made this decision for all the wrong reasons.
Isn't it time for the booze, boys?
What are you talking about, Bob? I've been double fisting it all night.
What are you drinking, Ben?
Yeah, I'm drinking a Spencer, Bob. I guess you want to know what's in it, huh? A Spencer is... It's a little dry, folks. It's a little dry. It is 2 ounces of dry gin. And that's not what makes it... Well, that is what makes it dry. It has 1 ounce of apricot brandy, a dash of bitters, and a dash of orange juice. Now, I did do some research on this recipe, and what I've learned is that you really go for 2/3 of an ounce of brandy and 1/3 of an ounce of orange juice and bitters. And I would do 2 dashes, not 1. Okay? But the deck of playing cards that I got this recipe from said a dash of bitters and a dash of orange juice. So anyway, you put all that onto a shaker with ice and you shake it, and then you double strain that into a cocktail glass that is chilled. And you can garnish that with apricot or with an orange slice or whatever because of all of those wonderful flavors that are in it. It's strong. That's what I'm going to say. It's strong.
I'm not going to lie.
No, Bob. No. Come on, dude. No.
That cocktail sucked.
It's fine. It's good. It's just
Okay.
strong. It's just strong, okay? And okay. Yeah, you're right, Bob. You're right. Yeah. But no, try it yourself at home, folks.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
Yeah.
Bob, I'm drinking a watermelon old fashioned. And funnily enough, before I decided to use my last bit of watermelon syrup just to piss Ben off by having another watermelon cocktail, I was going to do something with orange juice in it, which goes back to last week when we were laughing about how we just kind of do things that before we even talk. So this one has 2 ounces of gin. It's a gin old fashioned, 1/2 ounce of watermelon syrup, 2 dashes of orange bitters, and 1 dash of cherry bitters, which is optional if you don't have it, but the cherry I kind of like at the end there. It's a nice little aftertaste. Add all those ingredients to a mixing glass with ice, stir for 30 seconds, and strain into a rocks glass with a large ice cube, and garnish with a watermelon chunk. And man, it's tasty. It's good. I like it. So give me my watermelon old fashioned.
That's a tasty cocktail.
Damn Skippy. Damn Skippy.
Damn Skippy. Matthew, true or false? You are or are not Harry Styles?
I am not Harry Styles.
Wow.
But watermelon sugar high. Watermelon sugar low. I like me some Harry Styles. It's a good song.
Yeah.
My older daughter would marry him in a heartbeat.
Wow. Why does it taste like strawberries on a summer day and not watermelon on a summer day?
Because I took all the watermelon?
I don't know. Like, I'm just analyzing the lyrics now, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Who wrote this song? Which one of, like, the 5 people that writes pop songs today wrote it? Do you know? Did you know that? There's only, like, 5 people who write songs now, Matthew.
And that's a wrap, folks.
Yeah, okay, fine. Do that.
Thank you for joining us. We'll be back on Thursday with more Giants content. If you can't wait to get that long.
Sugar high. Watermelon sugar high. Watermelon sugar high.
If you can't wait that
Watermelon
long
sugar.
to get your fix, feel free to reach out to us on the social medias and all the places at Giant Cocktails. Don't forget, you can also listen to us on YouTube. So run over there to like and subscribe and comment. But most importantly, leave us a positive review, like 5-star positive at your podcasting platform of choice. Ben,
Breathe
it was
me
great
in,
talking Giants with you.
Out.
Until next time, cheers, my friend.
Watermelon sugar. Bye, Matthew. Oh, cheers, everybody.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to the Giant Cocktails Podcast. Until next time, bottoms up.
I hate talking about the Dodgers when the Giants lose.
Like, I guess there's really only two ways this series could go, right? This episode could go, you know? Did you find it interesting, Matthew, that when we asked Alex about the ratings, he said that they do well when the Giants are doing bad? That's when they get their highest rated shows? And that we're the opposite, that our ratings go up when the Giants are good? And I was thinking about that. I was thinking, I think that actually makes sense because, like, they're the source of truth. And we're the source of emotion.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they got the knowledge. Watermelon sugar. We've got the emotional vibes of Giants Nation.
Yes, we do.